Well, good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and I certainly hope if you are in the St. Louis metropolitan area, you are staying warm, and hopefully you are staying off of the streets. It is cold, it is snowy, and man, as the old line in the Rudolph and the Red-Nosed Reindeer little cartoon thing that comes on every year. It's not fit for man nor beast outside right now. It's not fit for man nor beast outside right now, at least if you live in the St. Louis metropolitan area. So stay warm, stay in if you have to. If you have to go out, please be safe. Please be safe and drive safely. I know that when I look outside of my window, man, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be working from home this morning. Well, again, Happy New Year to everybody, and let's get into the morning manna. But before we do, of course, I got to greet people. And as you can see, I have on the screen, if you got problems, I can point you to solutions. If you got problems, no matter what it is, financial, and that's what we're talking about today, financial, family, marital, whatever it is, health, whatever, relationship, work, career, we got solutions. We got solutions. And that's what this year is. It is the year of solutions 2025. And I hope you got the manna, not the manna rather, but the devotional guide. You can see it right where. There we go, right there. There is the QR code that you can get it. Let me put this on the screen some more so you can see it as well. We're going to have prayer intensive Wednesday. It's supposed to be cold, but it's not supposed to be snowing. So we'll be here or be there in church. And there you go. There is the QR code that you can get the devotional guide. And we're in the Daniel fast now. I hope you are checking out my little tips that I'm doing. I'm doing some little tips on the Daniel fast. So check them out. Check them out. Check them out. And of course, the midweek Bible study, all life groups, the whole nine, our whole nine. Let me get back to the main thing. There we go. There we go. And let me greet some people. Then we're going to get the text to talk to take away. It's seasonal. It's seasonal. That's what we're talking about. Seasonal. Good morning, Ramona. How are you? Deacon Joe, how are you? Pamela, how are you on this morning? Morning, Vicky, how are you? Brother Pope, how are you doing? Good morning, Brenda, how are you? Minister Sent, how are you? Arlene, how are you? Thank you so much for the little encouragement. I appreciate that. Good morning, Diane, how are you? Dawn, how are you on this morning? Elder Jan, how are you? Vaughn, how are you on this morning? Wendy, how are you on this morning? Liz, how you doing on this morning? Anna, how are you on this morning? Liz, you said, Bishop, you got to treat me right in 2025. Well, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. I certainly am. Glad that you are back. Good morning, Bev. How are you on this morning? Elder Mobley, how are you? James, how are you on this morning? Coach, Dagny, how are you? And we are praying that it's going to be a great success for what Dagny has going on this weekend. I think it is. I think it's this weekend. Put it in the chat area, Dagny, so can shout it out to everybody. Carolyn, how are you on this morning? Laura, how are you? Ari, how are you? Verena, how are you? Cynthia, how are you on this morning? Kimberly, how are you on this morning? Cheryl, how are you guys on this morning? This morning is seasonal. This morning is seasonal. The text to talk to take away 5 minutes or less. There you have it right on the screen. It's all about solutions. You already know that it's about solutions this morning. Let me get into this. The text this morning is Psalms 37:25. Psalms 37:25. Psalms 37:25. That's right. Yep, that's what it is on this morning. And as you turn there and look there, it's seasonal. Story, and I'll begin and come back. This morning, as I looked outside and I saw all of the snow and how much it was, I thought to myself, and I mentioned it to First Lady, I said, oh, wow, it's been a long time since we've had that much snow. It's been a long time since we had that much snow. And what came to my mind is seasonal. It's all about the seasons. It's time for snow. It's time for snow. But guess what? When it comes down to God, Let's get this word and we'll talk about what that means to God and being seasonal. Here we go. Psalms 37:25. I was young, I was in my young season, and now I'm old. I'm in my older season. Yet I have never seen the righteous forsaken or their children begging for bread. Seasonal. Seasonal. Here is David. He is saying that he has never seen God forsake his covenant people. Never. The word forsaken there denotes abandonment, affirming that God's provision is steadfast. Bam, there it is. Number one, God is not seasonal. God is not seasonal. It's steadfast. It's steadfast. We got snow outside because it's winter, right? It does not matter the season you're in. God is able to meet you in that season. The second thing I want you to grab a hold of, I want you to grab a hold of that in your season. I said God is not seasonal, but in your season, God is always doing something in the season that you find yourself in. The bishop is going through. I'm having a difficult time. I'm not sure which way to go. Well, let me help you understand something. That there is always something happening in your season, even in the winter. What it does is kills the bugs and it kills the pests that will affect the harvest or the planting in the spring. Okay, here's the third thing. The third thing that I want you to get is that even in your season, you have to be faithful. You got to stick it out in the season. Stick it out in the season that you're in. When you do, you will see that God is right there. He said in the word, David said, when I was in my young season, even in my old season, I've never seen God forsake the season I've been in. And he won't forsake yours either. He won't forsake yours either. What's your takeaway this morning? Stand fast in whatever season you find yourself in. If it's snow outside, he is still on the throne. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you, give you peace, and stay warm. Stay safe if you got to go out. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you. Bye now.